Hi viewers, in this video let us solve some problem regarding clock. So in this we are going to find the angle between the hour hand and minute hand in the clock section. So these sort of questions will come under the clock reasoning problem. So there will be time given, it will be either in the form of picture or in the form of words. We have to find the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand. For solving these type of problems, there is some shortcut tip. If you use that shortcut tip, we can solve within a fraction of seconds. Okay. So, shall we go directly to the question? So, the question will be in the form of what is the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 3 o'clock. So, in here, the short hand, that is hour hand, is in 3 and the minute hand long hand is in 12. Okay. So, if you observe the picture carefully, you can see the angle between the hour hand and minute hand is in the form of right angle. So it's not necessary to apply any of the formula or shortcut trick. We shall directly write the answer as 90 degree. So the angle between the hour hand and minute hand at 3 o'clock is 90 degree. So let us see another one problem. Here the question is, what is the angle between the hour hand and minute hand at 6 o'clock? So if we watch the diagram carefully, in 6 o'clock, the short hand and long hand, that is hour hand and minute hand, will be in the form of straight line. So we know the angle of straight line is 180 degree. So the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 6 o'clock is 180 degree. So now you might have got an idea how to find the angle between the hour hand and minute hand. Now let us see another one problem. So the question is, what is the angle between the hour hand and minute hand at 4 o'clock? Here the hour hand is in 4 and minute hand is in 12. So in this we can't find the answer directly. That is, we can't find the angle between the hour hand and minute hand directly. For this type of question, there is a formula, there is a shortcut tip to find the angle. Before going to the tip, let me explain how the formula comes. See, a clock is in the form of circle, right? So the total angle of the circle is 360 degree, and we all know the clock is divided into 12 parts from 1 to 12. So for each part, if we find the angle, it will be easy. How to find the angle for each part? We shall divide 360 divided by 12. So if we divide 360 divided by 12, we will get 30 degree. So the 30 degree is the angle of each part. That is, from 12 to 1, it will be 30 degree, 1 to 2 it will be 30 degree, and 2 to 3 it will be 30 degree, and so on. So at 4 o'clock the angle between hour hand and minute hand is from 12 to 1, that will be one part, right? So from 1 to 2 that will be second part, and 2 to 3 that will be third part, and 3 to 4 that will be fourth part. So that totally there will be 4 parts. So for finding the angle, we shall multiply 30 degree into 4. So we will get 4 into 30 is equal to 120 degree, because from 12 to 1 there will be 130 degree, and 1 to 2 there will be 130 degree, and 2 to 3 there will be 130 degree, and 3 to 4 there will be 130 degree. So the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 4 o'clock is 120 degree. In short, we can calculate this by using a formula 30 H, where H denotes the hours, or H denotes the time where the short hand is in. Okay. You can use this formula to find the angle between an hour hand and minute hand when the time is at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. That is when there is no minutes, or when the minute hand is in 12. Okay. Let us solve some more problem, so we will get a clear idea about that. Next question is, what is the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 6 o'clock? Already we have solved this problem. So the angle is 180 degree. Let us check using the formula. The formula is 30 H. When you substitute H is equal to 6 in the formula, we will get 30 into 6, that is equal to 180 degree. Okay, clear? So the next problem is, what is the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 9 o'clock? So in 9 o'clock, by seeing the diagram itself, we shall say the angle between the hour hand and minute hand is in the form of right angle. Just like the 3 o'clock, for 9 o'clock also, it will be in the form of right angle. So the answer is 90 degree. But if we substitute in the formula to find the angle between hour hand and minute hand is 30 H, right? So if you substitute 9 is equal to H, in the formula we will get 270 degree. But the answer is 90 degree. So how is it possible? While applying the formula, we are getting 270 degree. In the diagram, the angle formed is in the form of right angle. So 270 degree is also the angle which is formed between the hour hand and the minute hand in the opposite side, that is the reflex angle. If you see the diagram, you will know there is also the angle in the form of reflex angle at the other side. So how to find the right answer? There is one short trip to find this. If the angle formed in the clock is greater than 180 degree, what you have to do is you have to subtract from the total angle, that is you have to subtract from 360 degree. So in this answer you are getting 270 degree, right? What you have to do is you have to subtract 270 degree from 360 degree. If you subtract 270 from 360, what you will get? 90 degree. So it is the final answer. So now you are getting the correct answer, right? The angle between hour hand and minute hand at 9 o'clock is 90 degree. For this type of 9 o'clock problem, it's not necessary to apply the formula itself. We shall write directly as 90 degree. But this is one of the tip you should remember. Let us solve another one problem. So the problem is, what is the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 11 o'clock? So by seeing the diagram itself, we shall know it is 30 degree. Because while explaining in the previous problem, I have explained to you for one part, the angle formed is 30 degree. Since there is only one part between 11 and 12, so the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 11 is 30 degree. Either you shall apply directly as 30 degree or you can use the formula. While using the formula, what is the formula? 30 heights, right? So if we substitute 11 in the place of heights, we will get 330 degree. Since 330 degree is greater than 180 degree, what you have to do? We have to subtract from 360 degree. So if we subtract 330 degree from 360 degree, the final answer is 30 degree. So far we have solved the problems when the minute is 0, right? That is the minute hand is in the place of 12. So we have directly applied the formula as 30 H. Now we are going to solve the problem where the minute hand is in some other place. Let us solve those problems. So here is one problem. The problem is, what is the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 4:10? Okay. In this case, we can't apply the formula because here we are having minutes as 10. So we can't apply the formula. But you may ask me, since there is only 2 part between 2 and 4, we shall write the angle as 60 degree. We can't do that also. Here I am giving explanation for that. In the clock, we all know when the time is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, only the hour hand, that is the short hand, will directly face to the corresponding number. Because the minute hand will be in 12. For every single movement or every small movement of the minute hand, there will be a fraction of movements in the hour hand also, we all know. For example, if the minute hand moves from 12 to 1, there will be a short movement of hour hand from 4. And likewise, if the minute hand moves from 1 to 2, there will be another one tiny movement from 4 to 5. Okay. So, at 4:10, the hour hand will not be directly faced to the 4 o'clock. So, there will be a tiny angle formed. So, we can't directly write the answer as 60 degree. There is one shortcut tip or formula to calculate the angle for this type of problem. So, the formula is modulus of 30 heights minus 11 by 2 into m. Here, h is equal to 4 and m is equal to 10. So in the formula, we are having two vertical lines on either side of the formula. That line is the modulus sign. You might have known. So that sign is, after calculating the equation, whether we get a negative answer or positive answer, that is whether the answer will be in minus or plus, you should take only the positive answer, that is plus answer only. Neglect the sign, ignore the sign. The sign is not necessary, only take the number. That is the meaning of that modulus sign. So if we substitute the value, we will get 30 into 4 minus 11 by 2 into 10. So 30 into 4 is equal to 120 degree minus 55 degree, that is equal to 65 degree. So the angle between hour hand and minute hand is 65 degree while the clock is at 4:10. So the tiny angle formed after 4 is 5 degree. Okay. So let us solve some more problem. We will get a clear idea of this. So next question is, what is the angle between the hour hand and minute hand at 10:10? That is, when the clock is at 10:10, we should find the angle. So while substituting the formula, we all know the formula is modulus of 30 heights minus 11 by 2 into m. So h is equal to 10 and m is equal to 10. While substituting, we will get 30 into 10 minus 11 by 2 into 10. That is 300 minus 55 degree, that is equal to 245 degree. Already I have informed you, if the angle formed in the clock is greater than 180 degree, what we have to do? we have to subtract the respective angle from 360 degree. On subtracting, what we will get? We will get 115 degree. So the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 10:10 is 115 degree. Okay. So finally, let us solve one problem. The final problem is, what is the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 2:40? So while substituting the formula, we all know the formula is modulus of 30h minus 11 by 2 into m. While substituting in the formula, h is equal to 2, m is equal to 40. What we will get? 30 into 2 minus 11 by 2 into 40. So 30 into 2 is equal to 60. 60 minus 11 by 2 into 40 is equal to 220. So we will get minus 160 degree. I have explained you. We should ignore negative or positive, only we should take the number. So if we ignore the negative, the final answer what we will get is 160 degree. So that's it. I think you might have understood the concept. So this type of problems will come under the clock reasoning. So if these type of problems come, you may solve within a fraction of a second by using this shortcut trick. So that is the explanation how the formula 30h minus 11 by 2 m arrives also. If you need explanation, please comment me in the comment section. I will make a specific video for that. If I add that too in this video will become a lengthy video. So I have not added in this video. So if you want the explanation, please let me know. If you like this video, press the like button, share to your friends and subscribe our channel Tricky Tips Maths. Thank you.